Night Court's back, and after watching the first episode, I've got to say, it isn't bad. I guess the best compliment that I can give the reboot is that it reminds me of the original show. Now, with that said, I've got to say that the absence of actor Richard Moll is something that fans of the original show feel pretty darn bad about. And I am one of those fans. You would think that when Night Court finally ended in 1992, the person that I would miss most would either be the Honorable Judge Harry T. Stone or maybe gorgeous defense attorney Christine Sullivan. But truth be told, it was either Dan Fielding, played by John LaRoquette, or Richard Moll's Bull Shannon. So what's the deal? Why hasn't Richard Moll returned along with John LaRoquette? More on that in just a moment. But first, a little info about the show. Oh, and yes, I do realize that this article pictured here, written by Entertainment Weekly's Ken Tucker, was a snarky, sarcastic send-off of a program that we should probably remember was not beloved by critics. Thankfully, unlike most television critics, TV audiences loved Night Court, which debuted in January of 1984 and ran for 9 seasons. According to Wikipedia, Richard played Aristotle Nostradamus Bull Shannon, who was known for his catchphrase, "Okay," and clapping a hand loudly to his forehead when he realized that he had made a mistake. But this seemingly dim-witted hulk of a figure was actually patient, gentle, kind, childlike, and fiercely protective of Judge Stone. And the new version of Night Court just doesn't have anyone like that yet. I have always said that every sitcom worth its weight in gold requires a comedic ensemble filled with interesting characters, with rich backstories, and brilliant actors to bring them to life. The Andy Griffith Show, Cheers, Seinfeld, The Golden Girls, MASH. You get it. The list goes on and on. Each week, along with a half hour full of smiles and a chuckle or two, I was allowed to get to know these wonderful characters. So we're 2 minutes in, so let me get to the point of this video, which is to answer the question of why Richard isn't in the reboot. Well, apparently a few years back, he was asked if he would be interested in that type of project, and his response, unfortunately, was a resounding negatory ghostwriter. He said, and these are his exact words, "I would run in the other direction." He continued by saying, "I love show business, but it's the people I can't stand." After the end of Night Court, it seemed like Richard got more roles on the animated side of things. My absolute favorite performance by him during that period was his turn as District Attorney Harvey Dent, also known as TwoFace, in Batman the Animated Series. Hands down, this cartoon was one of the best animated shows, best television shows ever produced. And that show's ability to hire talent like Richard Moll is part of the reason for the show's enduring success. Now, don't get me wrong, Richard has done more than just cartoons. A few years back, he showed up in the made-for-TV motion picture Lake Effects, which also included the lovely Jane Seymour among its cast members. And even more recently, in 2018, Richard made an appearance in the Barry Bostwick horror flick Sleigh Bells. However, since then, Richard doesn't seem to have done anything in the world of entertainment, so maybe that quote about running in the other direction might just be a bit stale. Lots of news outlets are reporting it as recent, but I think it might have been something that he said quite a few years ago. So I guess what I'm saying is there still might be a sliver of a chance. Come on, Richard, retirement can't be all that great. Let's make this happen. So have you had a chance to catch the new Night Court? If so, let me know in the comments section and tell me what you think about it. And while you're at it, I'd love a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, and I'd be absolutely honored if you would consider subscribing to my channel. Talk about music, movies, and mostly television from decades gone by. You know, the good stuff. But most importantly, and as always, thank you so much for watching. Oh, and one more thing. Thank you to all my channel members. I truly appreciate your support. Thanks for clicking that join button.